But that aside, in the dialis in this particular book, Christopher Columbus, under his dialis, wrote what? He wrote directly to the queen to get finance and to find the lost tribes who the Bible said would be in a new world, and that he could find them. He used 2nd Esdras 13:39 through 40 to lay out his case and said, listen, if you finance me, I will find a path that you can send your armies in the future for the lost treasures found. Okay, finance me. It's in the dialis. I'm not speaking opinion. I'm not speaking religion. I have read Christopher Columbus's dialis. Why aren't they teaching this in our schools? That they were using the Bible as a form of geography, not just prophecy, to find the lost tribes, understanding that if they conquer them, they can use the blessings of their people, of these people, to build the new world prophetically. And this is where, you got it, this is where Thomas Thorogood comes in. This is where Thomas Thorogood come in, right? Now, at the same time, they were figuring out that our people in America, the North American Indians, were from the lost tribes in the 1600s. The same time, right before that, there was a black man, one of the last black men to sit on a throne over England, by the name of King James. He sat on 3 thrones at once: England, Scotland, and Ireland. 3 thrones at once. King James VI and the first. He would be one of the last kings to sit on the throne in Great Britain. Later, after his death, the Bacon family, under the satanic Roman Catholic Church, began to soil his character through false writings, claiming that he was gay, had homosexual lovers. These were lies that were culminated and spewed directly from the Vatican. So to have our people disrespect one of the only kings who represented what? Christ within Europe. King James was a black man. So was his son. Before they was actually replaced by the Wesson family of Germany. The people there, the so-called British family today, aren't from the stock who sat on the throne. They're Germans. They're Edomites. And they are direct descendants from the Vikings, the angelic sons of Isaac through Esau. So let's make it clear. King James authorized the King James Version, knowing that we would need this record in a new language. And that would be what? The ties that bind. That would be the book to bring us back to the God who cursed us for disobedience. King James knew. This was his life's work. And the Most High used him for the resurgence and the revival of spirit you see in the earth today. If it wasn't for the Bible, we would have no idea that we are, in fact, from the lost tribes of Israel, right? And he also had a meeting with Parliament in England. And this is well after the time where King James and his son eventually would lose the throne and be replaced by Germans, right? And you know how it goes. Once they took us out of position, they end up taking the Irish, black Irish, under King James, under that nobility of King James, the blacks in Ireland, and they began to enslave them also. So to take black people out of power within Europe, right? But why am I going into Thorogood? Well, Thorogood, brothers and sisters, has a record. He warned the Christians not to teach what they're teaching right now. He warned the Christians over there. He says, I met these people over here. I met these Indians. They are from the lost tribes. Stop calling them savages. Okay? Now, for the sake of literature and communication, he did have the word Indian in his particular books. But he made it clear these people aren't savages at all. Right? So I got the original reprint. Happy Thanksgiving. Since y'all want to talk about the Puritans and North American Indians, happy Thanksgiving. Right? Well, here's the record right here. I got the original reprint. See, I don't want the knockoffs. I got the original reprints, if you can get it, of his warning in this particular sermon. For a few years, he was reporting back over to Europe that to leave these people alone, that these people are what? Look at the book. And he says, at least put it on record for consideration. Now, I'm going to go into the scriptures in a moment. He warned them not to teach what they were teaching here in America. Jews in America, or probabilities that the Americans are of the race. With the removal of some contrary of reasonings and earnest desires for what? Effectual endeavors to make them Christian. And as you can see, folks, we're reading Old Quaker English. We're going to show you the history. The Jews' history has forgotten. That this is history here, folks. This is not my opinion. The theology of America, the Christian theology, have betrayed Christ. They have betrayed God with this false ideology and intentionally hid this history from the lost tribes. And I'm going to show you why at the very end, why they would like to do something like this. Because with the accountability of them knowing we're Israel, folks, it comes what? A unity of faith and an accountability on those who claim to believe in God when it comes to how they treat us and what they must do to make amends if they're willing to do everything for other people who are staking claim. It changes the landscape of the world dramatically if we all came on one accord and realized that this history that they wrote about us is true. Not just the Bible. These are white people, Jewish people reporting this in history. At the same time we're actually struggling through racial struggles over here in America and abroad. With the removal of some, right? Now let me go into this book now. Now I made it easy for you. Instead of me just going through it, I took pictures of this actual book here, and I'm going to go over a few pages. And don't forget, this was a sermon that was being preached at the same time they were gunning down and killing North American Indians and taking them off of their land. So you did have what? Europeans with a conscience. And that's why I don't paint everyone with the same brush. I don't paint all white people with the same brush or all Jewish people with the same brush, because there were Jewish people at this time reporting back the truth concerning what they found here in the Americas. So the best thing that any group can do is delineate or point out those who are actually bringing darkness to their ethnicity or darkness to their cause, even if it's within their own people. Okay? And that way we can understand the difference between those that are right, like what we read in those who are in history, who recorded right, and those atheistic evil ones who don't wish anyone well. Right? So let's go through it.